Remember a couple of weeks ago, I told you about Bernie Heeran in Rockaway.
Yeah.
And 90 people in the Rockaway Peninsula died. His son died.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Bernie Part 2. This is 2 months later. The Harbor Lights.
The bar.
He owns a bar.
Yep.
Fireman's bar. Okay? So this is almost 2 months to the day of the last story where I left you, where it was the gloomy eyes.
Yes.
Bernie Heeran knew something was going to happen. He just knew it, and he'd been saying so for the last few weeks. It's important to say a few things here about Bernie, whose son Charlie died in the World Trade Center massacre. He lost many old friends from the fire department there. He lost many friends from the neighborhood there. The cook at his bar, Harbor Light, lost his brother there. Their brother lived above the bar. 9 weeks after the attack, Bernie was not convinced that dawn had broken on his nightmare. Then, last Monday morning, American Airlines Flight 587 fell out of the sky and crashed kitty-corner to his bar on Newport Avenue near Beach 130th Street in Bell Harbor, Queens. As one side of the block burned, people on the other watched in horror. A retired fireman, Bernie made his place available for the rescuers who were pulling charred bodies from the wreckage. Drinks were on the house, and Bernie had had plenty himself. No one passed judgment on him but to say, Bernie is one of the best damn men ever to have walked the shores of the Rockaway. The bar grew full as the day wore on, as the firefighters were dismissed, and the fire dissipated to smoke, and smoke became dust, and the dust became particles. They drank by candlelight in a lamp lit by a generator, and somehow the beer stayed cold. A haze of cigarette smoke and fuel vapors hung like stiffened laundry. The chief walked in with his white helmet and started barking orders. I thought I told you men wearing bunker gear to get the hell out of this bar, the chief growled. I don't want to see men in uniform drinking. Now clear out. His timing and his tone struck the firemen as extravagant and overdone. And though the men were aflame in adrenaline, they were obedient to the chief, who was a small but intimidating man. All this job is anymore is pulling bodies, said a fireman in bunker gear as he filed out the door. Any more and I'm going to crack up. A small trenchant man, a firefighter who was not in uniform, shouted unpleasant things about the chief's mother. And at this point, Bernie Heeran, the fine man from Rockaway, stepped in the middle. Come on, this is a fireman's bar, he told the chief. Take it easy. Bernie, the chief said, I love you, but stay out of this. Looking into Bernie's tormented eyes, the chief hugged him with his hands and walked out. Life will go on. We'll be okay, Bernie said to the firemen. Now finish your drinks.